Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back once again to Today in African History with Baba Shaka. So I'm Baba Shaka, and today is April 11, 2021. And it was on this date, April 11, back in 1881, that the oldest institution of higher learning for African women in these here yet to be United States was born. Spelman College, an historically black liberal arts college for women, opened in Atlanta, Georgia in 1881. The previous year, a fledgling New England organization called the Women's American Baptist Home Mission Society, and you know that's a long name. I'm going to say it again. The Women's American Baptist Home Mission Society secured funds for a college for freed women in the city. Approximately 100 African women soon began attending school at the institution they created, which was called the Atlanta Female Baptist Seminary. Now, they were instructed by four white northern-born teachers, and the students took classes in the basement of an Atlanta church until two of those teachers made a fateful visit to Cleveland, Ohio, or the Cleveland, Ohio Baptist Church, and this was done in June 1882. Now, two members of the congregation, oil magnate John D. Rockefeller and his wife, Laura Spelman Rockefeller, donated funds to the school. The Rockefellers visited Atlanta to celebrate the third anniversary of the seminary 2 years later, and during the ceremony, the trustees renamed the institution Spelman to honor Mrs. Rockefeller's abolitionist family. So apparently, Mrs. Rockefeller's family has been, involved in abolition efforts to free African people prior to the Civil War. Now, because Atlanta would not open a black public high school until 1924, the first generation of Spelman students enrolled in courses equivalent to high school instruction. That's interesting. In 1887, Spelman awarded its first diplomas at this level, and two women received the school's first baccalaureate degrees in 1901. Now, in Spelman's first decades, a series of notoriously strict presidents, all friends of the Rockefeller family from the Northeast, required students to adhere to the standards of Victorian feminine propriety. That means that women had to wear hats and gloves in public, and they needed special written permission to travel off campus. Now, under the title, quote unquote, domestic training, they learned domestic skills such as sewing, cooking, and laundry work. And two of the school's founders, Harriet Giles and Sophia Packard, believed that the former enslaved women lacked correct work habits. Let me repeat that. That's so funny. Mrs. Giles and Mrs. Packard believed that former enslaved women lacked correct work habits. Now, I'm not sure how these incorrect work habits helped build this country, but that's what they believed. So they demanded that Spelman students rise at 4:30 each morning to wash and iron their clothes, a practice that continued into the 1920s. Spelman's curriculum focused heavily on teacher training, although the school also initiated a nursing program in 1886 and developed a missionary training program in 1891. Students often spent the summer months teaching in rural Georgia and other southern states. Right? Now, Spelman has also maintained a tradition of activism. Students participated in the sit-ins at businesses in downtown Atlanta in the 1960s, and 40 years later, in the spring of 2004, not long ago, Spelman students ignited controversy when they protested the presence of rapper Nelly, you guys know him, rapper Nelly, at a Bone Marrow Drive on campus. A group of students declared the content of Nelly's music videos misogynistic. And upon hearing news of the protest, the rapper decided not to appear at the drive to register students at the Bone Marrow contest. I say good for them, because if you're going to call me the B word in your music, please don't come to my campus. I guess that's what they were saying to him, right? And he got the lesson, didn't show up. Now, approximately 2,270 students attend classes at Spelman today. The college offers 26 majors, 25 minors, and students can also register with any of the 5 partner institutions in the Atlanta University Center, including Morehouse College, right across the street, and Clark Atlanta University, right up the street. Spelman had developed the longest, or the largest, I should say, the largest endowment of any historically black college or university in the United States, nearly $300 million. Okay, now in 1996, Bill and Camille Cosby donated an additional $20 million. This is the single largest gift in the institution's history by Bill and Camille Cosby. I want you to remember that. When people start talking bad about Bill, remember $20 million to Spelman, okay? Not to mention a lot of money he gave to other HBCUs. But this money went to build the Camille O. Hanks Cosby Academic Center. Spelman's distinguished alumni include writer or author Alice Walker, actress Esther Rolle, Marion Wright Edelman, who is the president and founder of the Children's Defense Fund, and one of my favorites, Dr. Bernice Johnson Reagan, who is a scholar, entertainer, and co-founder of Sweet Honey in the Rock, the singing group. If you're not familiar with Sweet Honey in the Rock, as soon as you finish watching this, you go right back into YouTube and look up Sweet Honey in the Rock, and then you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, I got a big shout out to all my Spelman sisters, especially my sister Alicia Brown Smith from the mighty class of '82. All right. Now, thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you to all of you who have provided much welcome suggestions on how to make the show better. People like my brothers Antonia Evans in Washington, D.C., and Darren Symes Flowers down there in Texas. Okay, keep your head down, Darren. All right. To those of you who have not yet subscribed, we invite you to hit that subscribe button down below and add your much needed support to this project. Please like and leave a comment down in the comment section. We need to find out to understand how you feel, what you like, what you don't like, what you would like to see, what you'd like to hear about. Leave those comments down in the comment section. But most importantly, please share, especially with the young amongst us. So, until tomorrow, inshallah, this is Baba Shaka with Today in African History. Masalam.